Dear students, we are going to start photochemistry of carbonyl compounds. In the last lecture, we have seen photochemistry of olefins. In that, the first reaction is photoisomerization, and the second one is dipymethane rearrangement, that is rearrangement of 1,4-dienes. So, in this lecture, we are going to study the photochemistry of carbonyl compound. See here, aldehydes and ketones absorb UV radiations in the range of 230 to 330 nanometer. Uh, it is because of the result of N to pi star singlet transition. So these carbonyl compounds, so you know what is the carbonyl functional group? It has carbon double bond oxygen. So oxygen has two lone pair of electrons. These lone pair of electrons are nothing but the non-bonding electrons, and the double bond is there in between carbon and oxygen, therefore it is a pi bond. So when this molecule absorbs ultraviolet radiations in the range of 230 to 330 nanometer, there is a possibility of pi to pi star transition along with N to pi star transition. So this photochemistry of carbonyl compound takes place in this case with N to pi star singlet transition. The excited molecule can undergoes a variety of photochemical reactions. When the molecule absorbs light radiation, it goes from lower energy to higher energy, and at higher energy these molecules undergoes different photochemical reactions through cleavage. The most commonly observed the photochemical reactions of carbonyl compounds are Nernst type first reaction, Nernst type second reaction, and photoreduction reactions. So we will start the Nernst type first reaction. So what is Nernst type first? Carbonyl compounds containing alpha hydrogen atoms undergoes an alpha cleavage on account of photochemical irradiation, leading to the formation of radicals which recombine to form a neutral molecules. The product formed depend upon the temperature. Now see here in Nernst type first reaction, those carbonyl compounds which contain alpha hydrogen atoms, they undergo cleavage at the alpha carbon and gives the radicals, and these radicals again recombine and we are getting the neutral products. So this cleavage of molecules or cleavage of these carbonyl compounds depends upon, or the formation of product depends upon the temperature, at which temperature we are carrying the reactions. So depending upon that temperature, these photochemical reactions are differentiated into different types. So in case of Nernst type first reaction, if we carry the reaction at lower temperature or if we carry the reaction at higher temperature, we are getting different products. So we first going to see the photochemical cleavage of these carbonyl compounds, that is Nernst type first reaction at higher temperature, that is at 100 degrees Celsius. Now see here what happened actually at this temperature and what products we are getting. So this is a common this carbonyl compound R bond C double bond OR. So when this molecule is exposed to ultraviolet light, the molecule from ground state, it is S0 state, it goes to the next energy state, that is S1 state. So at S1 state, this molecule undergoes a cleavage at alpha carbon atom. So this carbonyl group containing this R1 group and R2 group. So these R1 and R2 groups are known as alpha carbons or alpha substituents. So this molecule undergoes cleavage at alpha carbon, and the bond between these two is get broken, and one electron goes to this carbon and another electron goes to R2 carbon. So the radical formation takes place here at this carbon and the alkyl radical. So there is a formation of acyl radical and alkyl radical due to the cleavage between the carbonyl carbon and the adjacent alkyl group. So in the next step, this acyl radical, so this acyl radical again undergoes cleavage between this alkyl carbon. So there is cleavage takes place, homolytic fusion takes place, and now this alkyl group carries a radical. This carbon carbonyl group is removed as the carbon monoxide. So carbon monoxide. So at higher temperature, this molecule undergoes alpha cleavage, and we are getting a radical, R1 radical. In the first step, R2 radical is formed. So when this R1 radical and R2 radical, they fuse each other, they unite each other, and there is a formation of alkane molecule. So this is the simple cleavage of this carbonyl compound at higher temperature. So initially, when it is exposed to light, the molecule from ground state is exposed to higher energy state, that is S1. At this state, there is alpha cleavage takes place, and we are getting acyl radical and alkyl radical. In the next step, this acyl radical undergoes again cleavage at the alpha carbon, and we are getting a second alkyl radical. The first alkyl radical in the first step, from the first step, and the second alkyl radical from the second step, they get unite, and there is a formation of a final product, that is alkane molecule. So this is the simple mechanism of cleavage of this carbonyl compound. So we will see the example of acetone molecule. Now see here, CH3, CO, CH3. When this molecule is exposed to ultraviolet light, initially from the ground state, this molecule is excited to next energy state, that is S1 state. So this is the next energy state. So this is the first step, and in the first step, there is cleavage of this molecule takes place at the alpha carbon. So this is alpha carbon, this is alpha carbon. The cleavage takes place at either side, at left side or either at right side. In the next step, this molecule, when after cleavage, we are getting CH3, CO radical, cleavage of this bond, and this CH3 radical. So this is the acyl radical, this is alkyl radical. In the next step, this acyl radical again undergoes cleavage, and there is a formation of a methyl radical along with the removal of carbonyl group as a carbon monoxide. So this molecule gives methyl radical. In the first step, this methyl radical is there. This methyl radical from the first step and methyl radical from the second step, they gives ethane molecule. So the cleavage of acetone molecule gives ethane as a product. So now if you see this overall reaction, CH3, COCH3, and the product, that is CH3CH3, you will see this reaction. So only there is removal of this carbonyl group from that molecule and the reunion of these two alkyl substituents and formation of a alkane molecule. So this is the simple reaction of Nourish first at higher temperature. There is high selectivity in the direction of fragmentation of unsaturated ketones. So this molecule is a saturated symmetrical molecule. But if there is an unsymmetrical molecule is there, I will write here the unsymmetrical molecule, CH3, CO, CH2, CH3. So in this case, acetone, on the left and right side, both the alkyl radicals are same, that is methyl radical. The cleavage on either side or on the left side or right side takes place, but we are getting the same product. But if the molecule is unsymmetrical, then there is a high selectivity in the direction of fragmentation. These molecules, unsymmetrical molecules, dissociate to give a more stable of two possible alkyl radical. So if you suppose this unsymmetrical molecule, why it is unsymmetrical? At the left side methyl group is there, on the right side ethyl group is there. Therefore these are not same alkyl radicals, these are different alkyl radicals. One is methyl and another is ethyl. If this molecule is exposed to light, the fragmentation either takes place at the right side or the fragmentation may take place either at the left side. So if suppose we write this is the A side and this is the B side, so the possibility of fragmentation at A side or B side, it depends upon the selectivity. It depends upon the stability of the alkyl radical which is formed. The more stable alkyl radical is first dissociated and we are getting the more stable alkyl radical. So the CH3, out of the CH3 and CH2 CH3, the ethyl radical is more stable than methyl radical. So therefore the fragmentation of this molecule takes place at the right hand side, and we are getting CH3 CO radical plus CH2 CH3 radical. So this radical is more stable, therefore the fragmentation takes place at the right hand side. And finally this molecule again undergoes fragmentation. We are getting CH3 radical plus carbon monoxide, and this CH3 radical and this ethyl radical, and they combine and we are getting CH3 CH2 CH3, that is removal of this carbonyl group, and we are getting the propane as a product. So this is the unsymmetrical fragmentation if molecule is unsymmetrical. So this is a very simple reaction. At higher temperature we are getting alkane as a single product. This Neristein first reaction, if it is carried out at room temperature, what will happen on the product side? Now see here, the product of photolysis of acetone at room temperature, they gives biacetyl acetaldehyde, it may gives methane or possible hexane 2,5-dione. So the product of this photochemical cleavage of carbonyl compound at higher temperature and lower temperature is different. That is, product at higher temperature we are getting only at higher temperature. See here, at higher temperature we have got only the alkane molecule, alkane, but in case of this reaction, if it is carried out at room temperature, the products may be a biacetyl, they may give acetaldehyde, there is a possible formation of methane and dione system. Now we will see how this cleavage takes place and how these products are formed. Now we are going to see the photochemical cleavage of this acetone molecule at room temperature, CH3COCH3. When this molecule is exposed to ultraviolet light, initially it is exposed to higher energy state, CH3COCH3, and next there is a cleavage takes place at the alpha cleavage, then CH3CO radical plus CH3 radical. So in the next step, this acyl radical CH3 CO radical takes proton from the another molecule of acetone. So this is a second molecule of acetone. This acyl radical, which is formed in the first step, it abstracts proton from alpha carbon, and there is a formation of CH3CO. When this carbonyl carbon abstract proton from this one, there is a formation of acetaldehyde along with the formation of one hydrogen is removed from this acetone. There is a formation of CH2 radical COCH3. If you see the second step, the acyl radical which is formed in the first step abstract proton from the second molecule of acetone, and there is a formation of this acetaldehyde as a product along with the formation of this new radical. So this is the second step. There is a formation of first port, that is acetaldehyde. The methyl radical which is formed in the first step, may abstract proton from the third molecule of acetone. It abstracts proton from this one, and there is a formation of CH4 molecule methane, and along with the formation of CH2CO CH3 radical. So this radical which is formed in the second step, this radical, and the third radical, that is this radical which is formed in the third step, so first, second step, third step, so these two are get united, so CH3CO CH2 radical plus CH2 radical CO CH3 we are getting, so these two are get unite or bond formation takes place between these two radicals, CH2 CH2 CO CH3. So this biacetyl formation takes place, biacetyl formation takes place. So this is the new product. Again there may be a possibility, now see here, the acyl radical which is found in the first step, this is fourth or fifth step, CH3 CO radical, the same radical again reunite with this molecule, so there is a formation of CH3 CO COCH3. So these two are get reunite and there is a formation of the fourth product. So initially the acetaldehyde is formed, the second methane is formed, so there is a formation of 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 2 5 dione system is formed, dione, and this is the diacetyl formation takes place. So this is the overall reaction. If the cleavage takes place at room temperature, there may be a possibility of formation of acetone, there is a possibility of formation of biacetyl, possibility of formation of acetone, methane, and formation of hexane 2,5 dione. So this is the Neristein first reaction which is carried out at room temperature. If this same reaction is carried out at a higher temperature, we are getting alkane as a single product, but if reaction is carried out at room temperature, we are getting many products from the same molecule. So this is the photochemistry of carbonyl compound and from the Neristein first cleavage. In the next lecture we will see Neristein second cleavage reaction. Okay, one remaining point is here, one example remaining here. If the molecule is cyclic, so what happen to this molecule if it is carried out at room temperature? So this is a cyclic molecule, that is a cyclic ketones. So this is a cyclic ketone which undergoes alpha cleavage. So alpha cleavage takes place, so there is a breakdown of this bond between alpha carbon and it forms a biradical. Now see here, the bond between these two are broken and biradical is formed. And finally again left hand side carbon is get broken and we are getting, so this radical remains, there is a breakdown of this bond radical and these radical, two radicals are get reunite and there is a formation of a cyclobutane molecule along with the removal of carbon monoxide. So these two bonds are get broken. So from this cyclopentanone there is a removal of only the carbonyl group and the remaining 4 carbons are forms a cyclic ring. So cyclobutane molecule is formed, cyclobutane. So this is the simple cleavage of these cyclic molecules. The third example is aldehyde example. So when this molecule is exposed to light, there is breakdown from the alkyl side and we are getting R radical plus carbonyl H radical. In the next step, this hydrogen is get broken and there is a formation of H radical plus carbon monoxide. So this R radical and H radical. In the next step, they form alkane molecule. So alkane is formed from the aldehyde. Simple alkanes are formed, and from the cyclic molecule a cyclic alkanes are formed. So this is the Neristein first reaction.